It's like you don't know by now what's going to irritate me.
It's not a third one?
No, just two learning targets today. From a rational exponent. Alright, so we've talked about what, vaguely we've talked about when we have fractions as exponents, we have to convert it to a radical. And remember, that's the little division sign that has the mullet on it. So, when we have our rational exponent, so rational exponent is when it's a fraction. So let's write that under rational. Fraction exponent. Yeah. I don't understand. I know. So when you have a fraction as an exponent, you have two different parts to the fraction. You have the top, which is going to end up being our exponent, and you have the bottom, which is going to be our index. Rational exponents. So this guy is called our exponent, and this guy is called our index. Yes, index goes on bottom. Exponent goes on top. So what happens is we convert those from a fraction to over here is our radical. And they have specific places that they go. Now this guy, our base, it always goes under the radical sign. Every time. And then the exponent, he goes here. So then that means that our index travels all the way across and goes in our mullet. Every time. So anytime you're converting, the denominator always goes in the mullet. The numerator goes on top. Questions so far, sweet children? Yes, and we're going to get to that tomorrow. Why did you slam that?
He's short tempered.
Oh, okay. I understand. It's a struggle. Y'all's marker box is up on the front table for some reason. So what if I said a to the 4/5? Alright, it's for my exponent or my index? What's 5? So if I say convert from rational to radical, this is in rational form. And we're going to convert it to a radical. Boom, you're done. It's magic. Yeah. I can convert from a rational exponent. Yes, ma'am.
So is there more to it, or is that just...
We're going to cover that tomorrow.
Can I use a blue?
I'm sorry? Say it again.
Can I use a blue to do?
One of mine? I don't have an extra one. Use a blue marker from there. And mine are down. Alright, are we ready?
Yeah.
Are we sure?
Yep.
Okay. We're not.
Nope.
I don't know.
Which one do I need to say?
It's the radical.
The first one says, I can identify parts of a radical.
Say
It again.
what?
Oh my gosh.
What's he saying?
I don't know. The second one says, I can convert from a rational exponent.
They know they're on the board.
I guess you can't see that far.
So a rational exponent, what does a rational exponent look like?
Yeah.
So what is a rational exponent?
A with like the fraction.
I want you to tell me what it is.
And an index of a mullet.
Fraction.
It's a fraction exponent. Take a point. We got there.
Oh, what?
Justin said that. No one said that.
Oh.
Justin did. We're good, man.
just made it longer.
Okay, take a point. Alright, so if I said 20, no, I want you to just watch. 24 to the 1/2 power. What is our index? What's our exponent? You just write it like that. So if it's a 2, it automatically becomes a square root.
Yeah.
What if it was a 1/3? What's our index?
3.
What goes under the radical?
24.
And the one's just understood. So what if I said to convert from radical form to rational form? It would be what, Cynthia?
A.
To the 2/5 power. Take a point, Cynthia. Good job.
Good job, Cynthia.
Because you go backwards. So your exponent goes on top, your index goes on bottom. Here, my exponent goes on top, my index goes on bottom. Every time. Alright, so turn this over. Now we're going to talk about the parts of a radical. So that's our learning target, our first learning target. I can identify parts of a radical. Are we ready? Are we sure?
Yes.
Okay, so this guy right here is called a what? Also called a
Radical.
radical. Take a point.
Yay.
Alright, so that's our radical symbol. What is this guy that's in the mullet called? Index. Take a point.
I would say this.
We can't go over 5 today. can
We can because it's Wednesday. We made it to Wednesday.
And you want it above?
We're here.
Next
I was
one.
hoping I was there, but no.
The next one is.
Whoa.
Exponent.
Exponent.
No, guys.
Okay.
This is the number under the symbol. Who thinks they know what it's called?
Oh,
It's
base.
not an exponent.
It's a base.
It is a base, but it starts with an R.
Radical.
Rational.
Grace.
Ratio.
Radical base.
Just kidding. I don't know.
It's called a radicand.
Radical.
Radicand.
Can I make a point? Mr. Base?
I never
Call it a
in my
base.
life.
You know
No.
what a base.
Can I take a point just cause?
No.
Can I take a point because I'm participating? I just did base.
Can I take a point because I got
You've learned this before.
Radican?
Mhm.
We didn't learn about this.
No, we haven't learned about
We
it.
didn't like it. It was radical.
Alright, so does anybody know what this specific bar is called?
Ben?
That's straight.
Okay, I don't know what I was thinking. Never
Oh, the
mind.
vin-
What is that called all together?
vin-
Vernacular.
Vinculum.
Oh! I thought it was
Vinculum. So this guy right here, this bar, is called a vinculum. That's also what a fraction bar is called. So if it's a fraction, if it was A divided by B, this guy is the vinculum. And if it was 2 into 64, this top part right here is called a vinculum. So that's called a vinculum. Vinculum.
Hold on,
Yep.
so what is that whole bar called? Like,
Vinculum.
no, like, you know when you like put it in the calculator and then it's called?
Vinculum.
That's what it's called?
Vinculum.
What's the other word then?
Square root.
Yeah, that.
The whole symbol is called a radical symbol. That's why I wrote that down. The bar itself is called a vinculum. So the whole thing is called a radical symbol. The top is called a vinculum. Now the entire thing, if you put it together, is called a radical. Look at that. It's crazy.
Yes.
Alright, now, do you guys see that there's a little star beside our index?
Yeah.
And do you see at the bottom where it has a star and some letters?
Yeah.
What do you think goes in that first blank? Look at you guys. It's the index. Take a point if you said index.
Me.
Alright, it says if the index is not written, it is automatically a nope,
0.
nope,
Look, my phone blank.
A 2.
a 2. Take a point. Now, remember when we just said 24 to the 1/2 power would be this.
Yes.
Do you see how we don't have an index written right there?
Yes.
If you don't have an index, it's automatically a 2.
Cool.
All right. You ready for the last part of our lesson today? All right. So what we're going to do, and this is 45C.
41.
40, I don't know where I got 45 from. Thank you. I am just super excited.
That's a point, Jasmine.
Thank you for correcting me. That's a point.
Yay.
Jair said that yesterday. We're in biology. Someone said something smart. Jair goes, take a point.
Look at you go.
I looked over. He looked at me like, oh, that's really.
All right, so this says for each radical, determine the index and radicand. So who can tell me, who can raise their hand and not scream at me and tell me what they think the index of this first one is?
Oh.
Allah.
It was 2.
All right, what's the radicand?
1.
I'm talking to him.
24.
24, take a point. So remember, if it's not written there, the index is 2. The radicand is the number under the radical sign, so that's a 24. All right, somebody at Gryffindor, can you earn your point for your team and tell me what the index is? 4. And what's the radicand?
You have to add everything.
128 n to the 8th. Take a point. All right, Hufflepuff, can you please tell me what the index is of the next one?
3.
Awesome. Can you tell me what the radicand is?
6. 2.
X,
X.
Y.
Y.
Awesome. Take a point. All right, Ravenclaw, can you please tell me what the index is for our next one?
6.
Awesome. And what's our radicand?
You want me to go? 488 x, that's like the 7th power.
Awesome. Take a point for your team. Beauxbatons, can you guys tell me what the index is for the next one? 2. Awesome. And what is the radicand?
512. X to the 2 power.
X squared. Awesome. And Durmstrang, can you please tell me what the index is for the next one?
Wait, isn't that the one with 3?
Mm-hmm.
And then radicand 1.
Look at you go. All right, someone who did not answer for their team, and it can be any team now. Can you raise your hand and tell me what the index? All right, Nathan.
The index is 2.
Awesome.
The radicand is 500.
Awesome. Take a point. All right, Emmy. Say it to me. Wait,
How do you know the index? Like, how?
because it's always this number. And remember, we just wrote down that if the index is not written, it's automatically 2.
Okay.
All right, Emmy. Take a point. Last one. All right, Adriana.
The index is 3, and then the radical.
Nope.
Radicand.
Radicand.
Oh, no.
Is negative 100.
Look at you go.
Same point?
Yes, take a point. All right, now, guys, tonight, listen to me carefully. Tonight, you need to list your perfect squares on 1 through 20. And if you don't know what perfect squares are, look them up. Perfect squares, 1 through 20.
Yeah.
It's like squaring your counting numbers. So 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9. Yep. Have a great day. Make good choices. Be good people. 1 through 20.
Oh,